Oh, thank God we're into July, so that month of degeneracy is finally behind us, but we have the lingering remnants, just like a case of fucking herpes. Because some virtue signaling companies are out there still, because pride doesn't mean just 1 month. We're proud for the entire year, so go fuck yourself in the ass with a spiked dildo out in public, like most of these fucking weirdos. Listen, I don't care where you put your junk. I don't care how you want to put your junk somewhere. It's really of none of my concern, okay? If you're gay, you're straight, you're bisexual, you're a tranny, you like to piss on a bitch or choke her, tie her up. I don't give a flying fuck what you want to do. Just fucking keep it to yourself and stop making it a fucking public display of my individuality. I don't give a fuck. It's just as important to me as what type of fucking toilet paper you use to wipe your ass. I don't care. I really don't care. And then you want to turn it on kids? Yeah, you get these fucking weirdos that are in there just trying to indoctrinate kids younger and younger. But yet, okay, because you can see this very obviously happening, okay? Like even with the previous Bill Cosby story, oh, he was going after women much younger than him. Okay, still of legal age. And you're the same group, this fucking thing that's on the screen. You're trying to indoctrinate children and you're trying to normalize pedophilia. Not on my fucking watch. And it's being promoted by, what, the likes of Salon.com, okay? And then you got the Washington Post, who couldn't be fucking bothered to talk about the white kid who was offed. But no. They'll let a gender-vague former prostitute... That sounds like a Mad Lib authored in the worst fever dream of Billy Graham. Promotes teaching kids kink. Because, yeah, it's not enough to teach them that other people love each other. And then when two women really love each other, they like to stick and rub their fucking vages together. Or two guys, if they love each other, one will be bending over to tie his shoes and the other one just can't control himself and they need to butt fuck in public. No, you need to learn why that fucking man is dressed like Rob Halford and there's no fucking Judas Priest backing band. Ken and Glenn are nowhere near him. But yeah, no, he needs to run around in leather and feel it fucking rub up against his nipples as he waltzes down the street. Fuck off. Washington Post published an op-ed by a former prostitute who identifies as gender vague. What does that mean? I don't care. I would never find myself in the same company as somebody who identifies as gender vague, nor would I put up with such absurdities in which the author encourages parents to show their children kink culture in the queer community. If you engage in that type of stuff, you should have your kids taken away from you. But that's my opinion. Lauren rolls down the road, argued in the Post that children are benefited by being exposed to LGBT sexual activity at public parades. No, they don't. Am I against kids knowing what sex is? No, I think that's a fact of life, and there's something people should know about, but not to this degree. And I'm not going to be fucking budging on this. Rowello uses her own kids. Oh, she's fucking got kids. Somebody called CPS for the story highlighting how she took them and her transgender partner to a gay pride parade several years ago. Oh my god. If we hear anything about a mass shooters 15 years from now, we know where the origin story is. Just as we got settled, our elementary schooler pointed in the direction of oncoming floats, raising an eyebrow at a bare-chested man in sunglasses whose black suspenders clipped into a leather thong. That's something kids should be exposed to. Well, to be fair, it's probably something they don't get exposed to because that guy probably has to inform his neighbors when he's moving into a new neighborhood. Policing how others show up doesn't protect or uplift young children. Instead, homogenizing self-expression at Pride will do more harm to our children than good. I would argue the opposite, mostly because we ostracize people in society who knows all the words to all of the Village People songs. So I see your terrible ideas in practice, and I don't like them. When our own children caught glimpses of kink culture, it's not a thing. Stop trying to make it a thing. They got to see the queer community encompasses so many. There's no queer community in America. Thanks, Gabe. Gay people have different views, neighborhoods, and values just like other Americans. Exactly. You know what gay Americans are? Americans. Yay! Some LGBT individuals use the month of June as an excuse to engage in inappropriate acts and stroll around in public nude. Many gay people do not engage in this exhibitionist behavior. Exactly. Some people have, something like tact and restraint and decency. While other people like to wear a fucking rainbow wig and put condoms all over themselves. Things that they'll put on their arms, just not on their dick, because AIDS is a thing. No, if you think that that's not insane enough, here's something that, you know what, I do support. You know why I support it? Because I want this to get fucking bonkers. If somebody can change their race, if they can go in and get genetically changed to be in something else, fucking go for it, because I want to see trans height people. I want to see motherfuckers on stilts. Oh, you have to respect the fact that now I identify as being 7'8", and there's nothing you can say about it. Or somebody walking around in a sumo costume because they feel nice and safe and secure and nothing in the world can hurt them, and I want to identify as 450 pounds. Or some big fat blue-haired land whale wants to identify as being a skinny bitch, but then ends up dropping dead of a heart attack at 28. I want all of this fucking insanity to be out there. The more open and honest people are about their fucking mental illness, the better, okay? Oh no, it'll just stay at being, I want to become a woman. I'm really a man. Oh, guess what? I get to be able to compete in fucking Olympic weightlifting events because I couldn't beat my fellow males, but I can go ahead and beat some women and then get fucking accolades for it. I think that there's laws against that, but no, not if you fucking transition, you sick bitch. You want to do all this crazy shit? Fine, fucking be my guest, because you're just accelerating your own downfall. Let's get to the story right here. Leftist logic. You can have surgery to change your sex, but not your race. No. I'm on your side on this one, crazy man. I want you to be able to be trans Korean all you want because you really like a fucking K-pop band. After years of preaching inclusivity and acceptance from those who feel they were born in the wrong body, the left now draws the line with anyone who identifies as transracial or feels they were born with the wrong ethnicity. British-born K-pop fan Ollie London made headlines last week when he came out on YouTube as Korean. His pronouns are abominable. Oh, I'm sorry. They, them, Korean, Jimin? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't really care either, because he kind of looks like a really sad pufferfish. An obsession with BTS pop star Jimin promoted London to spend an estimated $150,000. And why is it all of these crazy people have so much money to throw away on this? On 18 surgeries gave you a face like this? I think you got ripped off, pal. Since 2013 to more closely resemble the Korean singer. Listen, I'm a big fan of Yngwie Malmsteen, but I wouldn't put on an additional 100 pounds and grow my hair out to my ass just so I could identify as they, them, Swedish Yngwie. But then again, I like to think I'm a reasonable person. Still want a signed guitar, though. His latest surgeries, which debuted on YouTube this weekend, included brow and temple lifts to make his eyes appear Asian. That's racist. He did a racism. London also identifies as non-binary. Yeah, we can tell. Took to Instagram on Thursday to explain his decision. Please tell me he put on the accent. Yes, I identify as Korean. That's cool. Yes, I'm non-binary. That's cool. Yes, I look like Jimin. Let's see. Okay, we got a picture of Jimin there, and then we got him here. And we'll just go back, and we'll go the. I'm not quite see the hair color's right, but your head's still a little bit too big. I'd imagine that's probably going to be what, the 19th surgery. But none of this should be a reason to outcast me from society. No. I want you to be the poster boy for this type of society. I want you front and center on every fucking pride float, every single marketing campaign. You can be whoever you want at any time you want. Go for it, buddy. To dehumanize me, to shame me for being who I am, a non-binary Korean person. I will never stop being that person I was born to be. Congratulations. They got some fucking balls on them. Still, I think, maybe. You'd think London would be widely supported. The base praises self-made identity, but despite London's support for transgenderism, the LGBT community only cares where you stick your dick or you put your fucking vag. Retaliated against him, attacking London's statement and calling him the racism. All because he wasn't born Korean, but he identifies that way, and isn't that all that matters? It was only a matter of time before the relentless promotion of self-identification and truth blew up in the left's face. But that's alright, we know a good plastic surgeon. It was only a matter of time before other notable examples of Western fetishism that objectified us based on South Koreans' recent contributions to global culture. Yeah, I really like my Samsung. It's quite good. Citing members of the alphabet community who were also not too happy about Ollie's announcement, the New York Post refused to use London's preferred Korean identification. How very bigoted of them. I will do it loudly and proudly because this guy just wants to be recognized for the individual he was born to be and paid $150,000 to become and realize. The left has been pushing identity ideology for some time, and now they're seeing the effects of it by TransLogic. London's so-called transition has no faults. It really doesn't, guys. If you follow them down their rabbit hole, he felt uncomfortable in his body and decided to identify as something different. Bravo, pal. In his own words, being transsexual is the same as being transracial because you were born in the wrong body. Exactly, and I can't believe these bigots in the LGBT community just won't come to your aid, Ollie. And you know what? I'll make sure that your message gets out there, and I think it's a great one that should be out there, and it definitely won't bring a swift and just end to this transracial insanity. And with that said, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.